Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica, and on this channel, we talk about all things that help you become the better version of yourself. Whether that's mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, we talk about it on this channel. So, I want to talk about self love. First love is self love. How are you loving yourself? It is so important to practice self love daily. Sometimes we get into certain situations where we talk down to ourselves. We really don't think that we're capable of doing everything our heart desires. And then also, we accept less than we should when it comes to relationships, whether that's friendships or romantic partners, but we just truly settle in some of those places. So I want to talk about a few things that I've experienced over the last couple years that have really helped me through my self-love journey. So the first one is boundaries, right? When you make yourself a priority, when you learn to love yourself and make yourself happy, you start implementing boundaries. And that's not necessarily to cut people off, but it is to protect your peace and your energy. I know over the last couple years and 2 years ago when I really started putting boundaries in place, I know it was uncomfortable for my family and friends, but where I am today, they really understand it. They respect it. And, sometimes before they call or reach out about certain things, they'll ask me what my capacity is like to take on anything else. And that's something that's so important to understand, right? You may be in a position where you have so much going on and you really can't take on anything else. When you have boundaries in place, you really teach people how to communicate with you, timing, right? Unless it's an emergency or something that's urgent, is it something that can be shared with you based on the capacity that you currently have? Two, relationships. Self-love really, really affects our relationships because when you love yourself, when you make yourself a priority, you won't settle. And that's including relationships with your family, friends, and romantic partners. All of those relationships are affected by self love. And it really comes down to once you know how to make yourself happy and you put yourself first, you won't tolerate certain things. And it's not about cutting everybody off, right? We're not trying to do that. But even when you set those boundaries, it really, really helps people to understand what you will and will not tolerate and for them to respect it. But then also, when you don't practice self love or you don't even love yourself to a point where you can have people reciprocate what they see. We teach people how to treat us. So when we practice self love, we love ourselves, we hold ourselves, we walk with our heads high, and we treat ourselves like what we know we deserve. People will also treat you the same. Now, some people may not, and those individuals you want to cut off. But it is so important to understand the effects that self love has on the relationships with other people because it can truly help increase and enhance the strengthening of that actual relationship. And thirdly, positive mindset. The most conversations we ever have is the ones we have with ourselves, right? We talk about different things in our minds as we go throughout the day, and that's the most person we'll ever talk to. Sometimes those are negative thoughts, and we don't always think highly of ourselves. It is important to make sure that when you are practicing self-love, you think about having a positive mindset. And if you do it consistently and you make it a habit, it'll happen. There have been times where I may think of a negative thought or doubt for myself, and I've gotten to a place where I don't sit in that too long. Like I try to bounce from, I call it bouncing in the tree, where it's really like me imagining me on a branch, thinking of a negative thought, and then I'm bouncing to different branches in the tree to think of more positive ones. Now, I once heard Oprah say that she has this agreement with herself where if she has any negative thoughts, she has a certain time limit on those negative thoughts. And once she's at that, she's got to move on. And I think it's important, whatever that looks like for you, but self-love will really, really help you change your mindset. I know it sounds cliche, but positivity will protect your energy, how you feel about yourself, and it's really a reflection of the self-love. It all ties in together: the boundaries, the relationships, and the positive mindset. So I appreciate you watching my video. Just wanted to share a few tips and thoughts about self-love and how it has helped me over the last couple years. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.